What is the most powerful trait we have?
You need power, speed.
Let your imagination do the rest.
Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko, and Dr. Iron Fist, Vitaly Klitschko, Shannon the Cannon Brigg, and Butterbean, Cruiserweight King Jai Opataya.
Boxing King Media, Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you would have got stick if you never made this rematch. You made the rematch and you guys lost, and now you're getting stick for another headliner losing. So how do you deal with that?
Well, now we're working with Dave Allen, so it all goes in roundabouts. Look, I think that, like you say, if you don't make the rematch, everyone moans and say that, Johnny Fisher's ducked the rematch and everyone's avoided him. And, at the end of the day, if you're not good enough, you don't win. And Johnny Fisher wasn't good enough tonight. I think Dave Allen's experience really showed. I thought he was in a good frame of mind this time around. And I said to him in the ring after, he's still got this thing, Dave, where he actually thinks he's not very good. I'm like, when you train hard and you've got the confidence, you're actually a very good fighter. Because, those kind of nights, it's a bit like Kieran Conway, right? When you get thrown in the deep end on massive stages, if you stay with it, you're going to beat certain levels. So like Kieran tonight was much too good for Warburton, which was like British title level. Because when he fought Amo Williams, T-Mobile on a Canelo card, and when he fought Sully Sissoko in front of 74,000 at Dallas Cowboys, it makes you a better fighter. That's actually the things that Johnny Fisher's lacking. Do you know what I mean? Those moments. And tonight, he can come back from that, but you've got to rebuild and you've got to use these experiences to be better.
Jamie Moore says you've got a 2-fight deal with him, so what kind of fighters have you got in that plan?
Yeah, look, it's mad that Dave's back working with Matchroom again, and I think I would actually like to see Dave headline in Sheffield, if I'm honest. I think that he's got, that the support for Dave Allen is incredible. Even in here tonight, I know he joked about 70 people and all that. He had a lot of fans in here tonight, and I think keeping him active is the key. There is an opportunity for a third fight, but Johnny's, you can't look at that yet. Johnny's got to come back and rebuild. But maybe one day they'll run it back again. It's 1-1, and he's got a massive future.
A couple of side subjects. You met Shakur Stevenson after the talk on Louis DiBella. How's that been ironed out?
Nothing to be ironed out. People listen to Twitter too much. Do you know what I mean? And before you know it, everyone just believes everything's gospel. And we always had a 2-fight deal with Shakur Stevenson. This is the second fight of that deal, and that's it. Afterwards, I actually think we'll extend the deal. That's the plan. I'm not interested in stopping working with him after Zepeda. For me, Shakur's a pound-for-pound great fighter. I can do so much with him and for him, and the plan is to extend that deal, and that's what we hope to do.
Last question, what Belanga did, he went and he's gone solo, dealing with Turkey Direct. Is there a risk of more fighters doing that, using promoters for a certain amount of time and then just trying to deal direct?
Look, I think you never know how long. You're not going to automatically get a call up for a Riyadh season card. And also, we've got one of the best relationships with Turki Al-Sheikh anyway. So I think you can try and think, when I was joking with Edgar, he sort of came to me in New York, he's like, I'm the boss now. I'm like, you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, mate. But you got lucky. They wanted an opponent for Hamza Shiraz. It was a good fight. You got paid. But if you didn't get that call, Top Rank are done with you. We kind of fell out with you, and Plant's fighting Charlo. So, it's just your luck. Everything's about timing. For me, I'd like to have the security of someone working for me and making sure that they're out there in the marketplace for me every day. So Edgar, I didn't say get lucky, he deserves it because he's a good character and he's a good fighter, but it's not very often that kind of thing happens.
A few people were wondering, was that your mum ringside today with your dad today? Never seen your mum at boxing shows?
Yeah, she's been going to boxing shows since I was about 5 years old, but only the big ones. Eubank, she was at Eubank Ben, yeah. AJ fights and Johnny Fisher fights, that's about it.
Thank you very much.
What is the most powerful trait we have?
You need power, speed.
Let your imagination do the rest.